Good day, Managing Editor Rob Brown here. This is This Week in Your News, celebrating early Monday morning and looking into the future of what will be in your Thursday edition of Dawson Creek Mirror. And of course, this will be coming to you Wednesday morning, barring a technology failure. On our front, our man Tom Summers' coverage of some of the live music, dancing, performance, and youth art that is now on display yonder at the Dawson Creek Art Gallery. On our front, editorially and news speaking, NLC is going to be hosting BC's first intercollegiate rodeo. They announced that late last week. And of course, on Arts Weekend, Chetwynd-born playwright has a new production down south. Read all about it on our front page. And these front page stories and more brought to you by the Spring Giveaway. Prizes from City Furniture and Brother John's Wine Cellar. Check it out on our front page. And a robust full color affair on page 2. Celebrate May. The garden center is now open. Trees, shrubs, hardy plants, annuals, perennials, veggie plants, and more arriving daily. Beauty in bloom. Canadian Tire, Dawson Creek, 250-782-9552. The garden center is open for business. And still open for business, the Seniors Hall, the South Peace Seniors Association, is holding a community salute and thank you luncheon coming up this weekend, the 14th, of course. They want to say thank you. They put the call out about this time, a little earlier in the year, last year, through the front page of the Mirror. Started off with a story about dire straits at the Seniors Hall being closed low of the year. More than $40,000 was raised over the year through fundraisers and more. Glad to be a part of that. Thank you for the update. Faye Cleese over at the association. Phone them. Book a spot at the thank you luncheon. And of course, the Peace Songwriters Coffee House is back on the brew. If there was ever a queue, that was one. Circle the dates. Open mic. You want to know when it is? Turn to page 3 of your Dawson Creek Mirror, or check out dawsoncreekmirror.ca. Type in Peace Songwriters Coffee. Give us a link hit. Stay there for 2 minutes. Up our time. And of course, Gas Watch. Know before you go. Weather. Know before you go. Of course, all kinds of action going on. Arrests were made following a large-scale Dawson Creek amount of seizures back on April 1st. All kinds of cash, all kinds of weapons, all kinds of paraphernalia, and more. Read all about it. Home Hardware, also with their message this week, page 5, Dawson Creek Mirror. And if you like these videos and you're a community organization or nonprofit, or even a business that has an event, of course, like in a sale or a discount day, of course, while that is an ad, send us $200 and we'll throw a story together and share it on the old website and then, of course, on the Facebook 10 times. $200. Great rate. If you'd like a video, contact us. Rate will be a little higher for that. But, of course, contact us. Your sales reps existing, or, of course, editor at dcdn.ca. And, of course, on our editorial page, Crash Landing, our man Dave Lowenberg, photographer hat. Dave Lowenberg caught all kinds of weather activity. And, of course, while softball has been delayed, he got some waterfowl on second base at the Ball Diamonds last week. And, of course, the adventures of Ace O'Hara continue on page 7, as always, and throughout the year. Serial comics from the 1930s and 40s. Public domain in your Dawson Creek Mirror. And, of course, in your Dawson Creek Mirror this week, quite the fun guy, mushroom scientist and DC local, discovers a new mushroom and fungi to combat vineyard diseases. Read all about it. Page 7. Read all about the virtual Dawson Creek Co-op AGM on page 8. And, of course, a follow-up on our Chetwynd-born playwright, throwing from the front page, turning all the way to page 8. Check it out as well. Something else to check out on page 9. RCMP is investigating a death they're right now quoting and calling a suspicious death at an apartment block along 8th Street. Again, fantastic story. We might get into how that story was broken in the community downtown in any upcoming episode of Behind the Mirror, our weekly series about what goes on here behind the news, behind your community newspaper, that we're into season 2 on, episode 2 or 3 this week. And of course, keeping it to the paper, check out our Mile Zero business directory on page 10. Of course, Dave's bowling this week. And of course, rolling. Some updates from some hypertension escape bowling athletes that were recently at provincials. Couple of them, a dynamic duo, going to the nationals. Find out who and when in page 10 of your Dawson Creek Mirror this week. And of course, also, we've got all kinds of cooking's corners this week. We've got sausage, stuffed, red peppers, potatoes as well. And of course, 2 new teams for the DC Kodiaks to play in their league. If you want to know where they are, BC, Alberta, Mars, check them out. Back pages of your Mirror this week. And of course, also on the back pages this week, we've got crossword, crypto fun, Sudoku, Stars on Ice from our friends over at Chet TV, classifieds as always, and of course, congratulations to the class of 2022. That big day is, of course, on the way throughout the South Peace and throughout the Peace region. Don't forget to pick up and book your 2022 graduation keepsake issue. Check it out. Back page, Dawson Creek Mirror this week. That's all we got this week in your Dawson Creek Mirror. I'm Magic Editor Rob Brown. Let's hope it warms up. Stay warm. Stay safe. News.